I have a trip planned, and I know you guys are gonna think it's kind of like ironic or weird, but I am going back to Disney. Announcing that I'm going to Disney, but also explaining my reasoning for it. I want to get out of town. I want to go somewhere that's like theme park oriented in order to film content for the channel and, you know, incorporate that kind of fun liveliness to the channel, like on the go type footage. So I was looking at Universal Orlando, where I am an annual pass holder, but I was also looking at Disney, where I am not an annual pass holder. So ironically, I don't know like if I'm using the right word, but as much as I criticize Disney, and I do stand by everything I've said, and I stand by everything I've said on Universal, because like a lot of times in the comments you guys will like criticize, especially if like one person is criticizing from one side, they'll be like, oh, go back to your Disney bubble, or then the other side will say this about Universal. It's like both have their flaws. So I have always spoken about how when I was at Cabana and I went to Universal's Cabana Bay, I was very disappointed that I did not feel the safest at the resort of Cabana Bay. There were a bunch of reasons I talked about, and I just did not feel that same Disney bubble that a lot of you will make fun of, but it's actually a valid point. There are unfortunately a lot of stories that have happened in the area of the Endless Summer resorts, and that is even issues that are separate from Universal Orlando. I mean, there's just issues that, you know, news stories that have happened around those resorts. And if you look on a property map of the way the Disney resort is set up, you have to travel quite a distance just into the resort till you can get to one of their properties, and then it's usually surrounded by other properties or swamp. The difference at Universal Orlando is that many of their hotels, it doesn't seem like their property was planned correctly. Most of their hotels are like on a main street outlet, and it just doesn't seem like they, on Universal's part, are giving enough attention to what I saw as security issues regarding their resort and the walking path. So for that reason, a lot of, you know, people who will come back and criticize, oh, go back to your Disney bubble. Well, I do value safety when I'm going on vacation. So I was able to find a very affordable vacation stay back at Disney. And again, I mentioned to you guys, I'm not going to never go back to Disney, but I actually do not have tickets yet. Whether I end up buying a day ticket, we'll see. But Disney Springs is always an option, and Disney Springs is such a destination in itself that I'm okay with that. Or maybe I'll do monorail hopping. But I got a really good stay at price-wise, so I'm very happy with that. The other thing I was considering is that this stay is booked for the summer, and as anyone who knows who's been to Orlando in the summer, it gets extraordinarily hot. So realistically, if I were to stay at a Universal hotel and then go into the parks, I honestly don't know that I'm going to last that long in the parks, because it is just so warm right now that I can't really see myself, you know, getting park time in, or really that much of it. So I don't really feel like I'm missing out. So even if I had a Disney pass, I don't think I would go to the park that much, because I've been to Disney in the summertime and it's brutal. And so I'm going to treat this right now like a staycation, really get the most out of the resort, which honestly the resort has always been the best part for me of going to Disney. Every time I'm at a Disney resort and I get on the bus and I'm like, I see the line to get into the park, I instantly regret it, and I watch the bus go back towards the resort and I'm like, no, don't leave. Yeah, the resort is always the best part. So I'm treating this as a staycation, and it's in the summer months, so I'm like probably gonna really have to be very mindful of the heat even at the resort. I got it at a really good price point, and I'm just super happy with that. So I am looking forward to getting out of town and, you know, doing like filming on the go type content. And yeah, I'm just super excited to get that type of footage and content for the channel. And yeah, so I'm super excited about that. I'm starting to plan videos, and no, I'm not canceling this time, because I had canceled some past reservations in the past that just didn't feel right at the moment. So that's why I'm going back to Disney. The Disney bubble is a positive point, and for people who criticize that, you really shouldn't be criticizing safety when it comes to your vacations that you do. The other thing is, and as much as I criticize Disney, you know that if I say something good, that's kind of interesting when it comes from me. I would agree it's kind of like breadcrumbing on their part, but they did recently cancel out where you don't have to pay for parking at Disney. And the parking with tax usually at Disney resorts comes out to around $20 a night. And that adds up. If you're staying at Disney multiple nights, you know, that comes out to an extra stay at a regular, you know, of a regular stay. So Universal has not yet followed in that same direction. That would make them a lot more appealing if they did that. But right now Disney has done away with their parking at the resorts. They originally had it where it was like this, where you didn't pay, and then they put it into effect, and it's been quite a while that it's been that way, and recently they negated that out in order to attract people to come back. And so I am taking advantage of that element because the stay comes out very, very cheap, whereas at Universal Orlando, if I find a comparable hotel, and there is actually some stays that are coming out to the exact same rate, the base rate, but then I would have to pay over $20 in parking a night, and I'm like, $60 more is not that bad, but also take into account like the heat. So since I'm treating it as a staycation anyhow, I think it's a good time to get some different content for the channel, and it's a different resort that I have not featured yet. So I'm happy about that, you know, just some variety for the channel. And I'm just super excited about it. So I wanted to announce that trip here on the channel. And yeah, so I'm super excited about that. And I hope you guys are excited to see all of the upcoming vlogs and videos that come from that. And yeah, just those different points, the price point, the Disney bubble, safety, treating it as a staycation. It doesn't have parking charge. So I'm happy about all of those positive points, and that's me saying something positive about Disney. So if you know you've watched my videos for me to say something positive, it means that I really feel that way. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you are enjoying my channel and you are looking forward to these upcoming vlogs coming up. And I will see you soon again in my next video, and bye.